Happy birthday, Lady Liberty. I'm Toy Insanity. This is Liberty is Sanity 109. This is Bert. Today, the Statue of Liberty has turned 137 years old. October 28th, 1886 was the dedication. This is called the Torch Thrower, or Liberty Throwing Torch, which is obviously a send-up to Banksy's famous flower thrower. The intertextuality is obvious. Intertextuality is a word I love because it combines everything. Parody, homage, pastiche, quotations. So when I celebrate Lady Liberty and the Liberty Insanity Project, it's all of that combined. But the intertextuality here is Liberty Enlightened the World, Auguste Bartholdi, 1886, and Banksy's The Flower Thrower, 2003. Now, of course, that motif has its own inspiration to riots, particularly the May 1968 riot in France. Now, another layer here is this sculpture can be attributed to an artist named Sebastian Burden. He goes by What's His Name, UK artist who a couple years ago made a sculpture much like this. I think he only made 25. As of the time of this recording, there's one on eBay for over $4,000. That is not quite this, but it's pretty dang close. And I painted it myself. We're going to talk a little bit more about this, but stick around. I'm going to talk about a few instances of Lady Liberty or Statue of Liberty inspired art that was in the news this year. So this piece is currently available on Amazon, $40. Solid resin, and it's white. There's some more expensive ones around the net. We're talking around $200 that you can get red or black. They might be slightly higher quality than this, but I don't know. $40 straight up free shipping. That's what I got, and I wanted to be the first person in the world to have one green. In hindsight, I might have gone with a typical Liberty green, but I really wanted to do this bright jungle green, so that's what I did. The first thing I had to do was a lot of repair to this piece. It was kind of sloppy, made in China, craftsmanship. So I had to sand down. There was tons of flashing and pieces, like there was bubbles not filled in the crown in particular. So I had to do a lot of sanding and a lot of work with contour putty. But I painted it up green, and I think it looks great. Gave it a contrasting black on the mask, and then I believe I painted the torch real nice. Of course, I'm always debating, should I have done a black wash to maybe make some of the folds pop? But I think it looks fantastic as is. Great piece. Happy birthday, Miss Lady Liberty. Liberty Insanity 109. Don't look at the foot, though. It has a super bizarre foot. We can glance at the bottom real quick. Love it. For $40, you can't go wrong. Extremely popular motif. One of Banksy's absolute most famous works. Originally appeared in the West Bank of Palestine, 2003. And I was trying to get... I purchased his famous book, Wall and Peace. And it didn't arrive, so you know, say what you want about Banksy, but I think this year he lost the copyright to that anyway because he didn't want to show. He attempted to sue people using his image. The person who famously said, "Copyright is for losers," he attempted to sue some people using the flower thrower and maybe Balloon Girl also. But he would have had to reveal his identity to show up in court. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people know who Banksy actually is. Maybe Sebastian Burden knows who Banksy is. I don't know. What else has Sebastian Burden done? Well, he's done a balloon dog, a balloon animal dog, a balloon dog pooping, which is kind of a send up to Jeff Koons' famous balloon dogs. But absolute awesome piece here, and I'm honestly rather impressed with my paint job. Okay, this is my 3rd year celebrating Lady Liberty's birthday. It's my 109th video, but in last year we looked at the art of Eric Scarecrow. In 2021 we looked at the art of Hudson Talbot. Great stuff in my Liberty Insanity collection. Check it out. Miss Lady Liberty 137 this year in New York. 4th of July, the first time ever they did a drone show. This looks amazing. And it was in the, whatever the river is there. Is it called the East River? 500 drones to make this sort of floating Lady Liberty. And I assume it wasn't far from the actual Lady Liberty. 2, I want to mention the Lounging Liberty. This is by an artist named Zach Landsberg. For the first year he made it, I think it was in the Bronx. The second year he made it, it was displayed for a full year at Liberty State Park in New Jersey, which is, you know, if you want to see Statue of Liberty from behind, you got to go to Jersey. But this year it moved to Arlington, Virginia, so basically Washington, D.C. And I guess it's going to spend a year here and there and then tour around. Love this piece. Zach Landsberg, he made it, you know, to contrast kind of the inaccessibility of the Statue of Liberty. You know, you got to go to New York, then you got to go to Liberty Island, you got to pay the fee. And, you know, Lounging Liberty, I think it's 25 feet long. You can just climb all over it. But anyway, it's in the news because it's in DC now, and I'm just wondering why he didn't just make another one. It cost him $45,000 to move it or whatever. I think he should have. This should be his thing. This should be his Robert Indiana love moment to have one in multiple cities. And also, Zach Landsberg sell figurines, mock-ups of Lounging Liberty, which is technically called Relaxing Liberty, but I think the press has given it a better name. There's a 16-foot bronze Liberty in Highline, New York, near New York City, or part of New York City. It's called You Know Who I Am, and it has been exhibiting different emoji masks or different famous people with masks that kind of look like an emoji style. Artist name Paula Pivi, and I think it is removed now. So I'm curious as to what happened to that, but it was made on the original mock-up that Bartholdi did for the Statue of Liberty. So I think that's a great piece. Just want to mention there's a famous Statue of Liberty replica of the Little Liberty that had been at the Brooklyn Museum for 17 years, 2006 to 2023. It is moved. It is now in Sauget, Illinois, near St. Louis. St. Louis now has the Statue of Liberty, and DC has Lounging Liberty. But this is a 34-foot tall Liberty, and they moved it halfway across the country. The Strengthening the Arm of Liberty, I did a whole video on the Boy Scouts 1950s project. The one in Schenectady, New York has been restored. There's a Wisconsin Lake Mendota that's the inflatable Liberty. Since 1980, I just wanted to report this, since 1980 they've been doing some sort of Liberty on ice, and in the last handful of years it's been inflatable for their big, ice fest. I just wanted to share a picture of it, really. And then in the Susquehanna River, Dauphin, PA, in 1986 they built a replica out on this lake that was replaced in 1997. It is also 25 feet tall, and that one got a makeover this year. JetBlue had an ad this year where the Statue of Liberty comes off her pedestal, but instead of engaging in civil disobedience, she returns to Paris for a vacation. So it's a funny little ad. Ghostbusters 2, the 6-foot the 6-foot model used in Ghostbusters 2 1989 is up for auction next month in London, I think, and it's estimated to go for $30,000. It 89, and it is, I think it's been up for auction before, but it's now back on the market. You can own the original prop replica from GB2. There's a new colossal statue on the block called the Victor. 180 feet tall. The Statue of Liberty is 151 feet tall, so I guess about 29 feet taller. It's called the Victor in Manila, Philippines. And it looks spectacular, but it does not have the fancy pedestal of Lady Liberty. So atop the pedestal, Lady Liberty tops 300 feet. This one does not, but it certainly looks cool, especially lit up at night. All right, Liberty Insanity 109. Happy birthday, Lady Liberty. Toy Insanity. We out.